70th webinar of our Saturday webinar series. I am Pragya Mishra, working as Business Executive at Manage Center for Innovation and Agripreneurship. As we embark on our today's session, I would like to provide a brief overview of Manage CIA to our speakers and all the participants. Manage CIA stands as Center of Excellence in Agribusiness Incubation, situated at National Institute of Agricultural Extension Management, MANAGE. As a prominent agribusiness incubator in India, our center has guided 754 entrepreneurs and nurtured over 383 startups across diverse agricultural sectors. Our center has trained startups in crucial areas such as agri-processing, post-harvest technologies, value addition, farm mechanization, animal husbandry, fisheries, dairy commodity trading, supply chain management, and agri-consultancy. Providing steadfast support, Manage CIA has played a key role in assisting agripreneurs in refining their concepts and expanding their ventures. The inception of this open to all webinar series by Manage CIA aims to extend its reach and service to a larger audience of agri entrepreneurs across India. And it is conducted every Saturday, and it covers a wide array of topics featuring speakers from diverse domains. So today's session focuses on initiatives of ICAR to support incubation and agri-startups. So we will start with introducing our first speaker for today's session, Dr. Srinivas Kondapi. He is working as principal scientist and faculty at ICAR National Academy of Agricultural Research Management, NAM. He previously served as the Assistant Director General, Intellectual Property and Technology Management at ICAR. Dr. Kondapi played a key role in the establishment of the NAM A-IDEA Technology Business Incubator. His professional interest encompasses agricultural systems, innovation, agri-entrepreneurship, incubation, and risk in agribusiness. So with this short introduction, I would like to hand over the session to Sir.
Thank you, Pragya, for a really brief introduction. I like the way you have talked. Now I request now you have given me yeah. I just wanted to start with what initiatives ICR has taken. Indian Council of Agricultural Research, as all of you know, is comes under Ministry of Agriculture. My screen is visible. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Visible. Okay. So it is basically comes under Ministry of Agriculture under Department of Agricultural Research and Education. We have around 103 institutes, 11 Ataris, and then four deemed universities, IRI, IVRI, NDRI, and CFA Mumbai. Apart from this, we have a very strong strength of Krishi Vigyan Kendra. More than 740 Krishi Vigyan Kendras are there across in India, almost in all districts. A couple of districts have 2 KVKs also. So with this background of ICAR, I thought we should start with a bit of history of things, what exactly ICR was doing. ICR was initiated for agricultural research, bringing innovations into the agricultural systems in India, and then also supporting the education, which mostly is done by the state agricultural universities. And we are a couple of things are supporting in terms of research and education aspects as well. With this, I'll start with my things. When we talk about the entrepreneurship or incubation systems in ICR, I just wanted to give a small brief on the models of incubation that everyone has to understand upon that. There are a lot of technical technology generator institutes like CSIR labs are there, ICR institutes are there, IITs are there, all the Indian Institute of Technologies are there, all NITs are there. Nowadays it has been a lot of scope has been expanded into most of the engineering college and almost all the CSR lab and agricultural universities also. These are the type of incubation where they give more emphasis on technology. Technology is very, very important for any innovative idea that has to be taken into the market. Another thing is that business model development is there, in which basically CII, that was one of the very early incubation center of Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad. We have National Academy, NARM is also there, Manage is also there. All management institutes. Earlier, it was only a couple of management institutes were there, but most of the management institutes nowadays have the incubator aspect. So this basically here there is a less focus on basically the technology per se, but more focus on different aspects of business. Because when we talk about the business, it is a very huge thing. It needs to have a technology, it needs to have a management aspect, it needs to understand the business environment across the country, internationally, nationally, regionally, and all these things need to be there. Basically, if we really look into the scenario, both technology generation and technology generator incubations and business model incubation can be a very good complementary to each other. But there are others in PPP mode, that is public private partnership mode, where many private organizations are coming into the incubation centers, which has established its centers in many of the government institutions. For example, if we look into this scenario, Madhya Pradesh has couple of very good PPP models where a private company is running the incubation centers in a public organizations like Smart City Jabalpur, Smart City Indore, and all these things. And the private company is basically running into that. There are many purely private incubators are there, which are basically looking into the incubation aspects, and everyone has got their own way of doing the incubation aspects. Technology generator, as I told you, basically gives more emphasis on technology. Business development model institutions give more emphasis on whole of the business, starting from the strategy development, marketing, financial support, getting the financial support from the VCs and HNIs and other investors. PPP mode again is combination of all. It brings in the different technology aspects from the technology institutions, government. Because I saw a couple of government run, pure government smart city run, which is mostly state government's initiative. There they bring the policy and regulatory aspects from the state governments, and bring in the financial support from different private incubators. Have more emphasis on giving most of the investment actually. Beyond the investment, they take the company to a different level because of their complete involvement. Their number of incubators are comparatively less than what. And there are technology parks. Technology parks are basically a very old concept. Earlier in 70s it started there by Department of Science and Technology, and it has given a couple of technology parks in different IITs earlier. Then it has been expanded to many other areas in that. I'm not talking about agriculture at this point of time. If we see the whole history, I can tell you we have started from 1980s these new type of innovative businesses. Government of India has taken a lot of need with, as I told you, the technology park, science and technology entrepreneurship parks, which started in 1980 by Government of India, and another followed by another private initiatives like Srishti is an NGO, Gyan is an NGO, National Innovation Fountain is an NGO, which supported by definitely many of the government organizations. The main emphasis started in 2000 when technology business incubators being given by the Department of Science and Technology. These are more specific incubators which can create larger things. And that time they started with two IITs and two IIMs, and then later on increased their scenario. And ICR, if we see per se, this is the bottom line I talk about this. ICR has started its understanding since 2000 only, but first we have looked into the intellectual property aspects, because most of the ICR institutes are looking into developing a lot of technologies, and we need to protect our intellectual property or intellectual outcome which has come up. So we started looking into that from 2000 to 2006. We had a lot of studies and understanding of that. By 2006, we have come up with a IP policy for the IP ICAR, which later on took a shape in 2007 in terms of complete project where at the top level there used to be a unit, or ADG has been appointed for intellectual property and technology management. At institute levels, lot of ITMUs, that is intellectual technology management units, were established. During that phase only, when there was a World Bank project called the National Agricultural Innovation Project, lot of things have come up, that is business plan development unit. And business plan development unit where two phases were given. First phase, there were 12 organization were given, in which couple of 10 were given, out of which 5 were state agricultural universities and 5 were ICR institutes. And there they have started IT. At the same time, ITMUs were given to all ICR institutes so that they can start building the capacity. This happens in a way that we were actually developing a lot of technology which were not going to the field. So we thought we will transfer our technology to the commercial people, and they will take it up. We started doing it, but the problem has again, we have seen the problem. Many of the big industries who have taken the technologies from ICR were smooth in doing that, but many of the small and initial entrepreneurs who started looking into these technologies, they were not they had a problem of scaling it up, and therefore in the BPDs have come up to scale them up. And BPDs phase 2, there were around 25 business planning and development units. During that time only, NAM has also got. NAM has always been a backbone of for ICAR in the whole scenario, because most of the policies were done at NAM in consultation with a large number of stakeholders across the country, including private organization, including public sector units, including other departments like Department of Agricultural and Cooperation. That time it used to be Agricultural and Cooperation that time. So in phase 2, when we had that particular thing, that time we have got more understanding of what exactly incubators need to be, and we understood that it has to be a law, it itself has to be a business unit which should be sustainable in a longer term. And 2015 we have established the second DST sponsored technology business incubator, that is called AIDEA, that is basically Association for Innovation Development in and for Entrepreneurship in Agriculture. That's what the expansion is. Basically, when we started looking into that, so that time we had the ICR has started understanding the details of incubators work and all those things. At that time, we have simultaneously within the ICR, there was going on a strong debate that we should have an ABIs in many of the places. And 27, no, rather 25, 27 we given, but 2 have backed out. So 25 ABIs were established at that particular time. And those 25 technology business incubators were working to give the specifically more focused on technology enhancement and scaling up the technology. Because when you talk about a technology, it starts from the TRL 1 level to TRL 9 level. A good enterprise or a good startup will be focusing when it is around technology level, technology readiness level of 5 or 6, and when it goes to 9, he starts earning out of the technology or a innovation which is given to him or which he himself has done. So ICR was actually looking into the two phases. One is their own technology to be given to the entrepreneurs or startups who can take it up to a larger scale. That is one. And secondly, it's also helping in different aspects of the technologies that startups have come up from their own idea. They have their own idea. They bring in the technology, and then they started doing up their things. So with this, we found that yes, 25 incubators are less, so 25 more were given in 2019. So as on date, ICR, out of 103 institutes, we have 50 technology business incubations. As I told you, initiative in India, DST was the forerunner, then DBT is there, technology business incubation is there, RKVY-RAFTAAR is there, which is basically from Department of Agricultural and Cooperation, now only Department of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare. It is called Krishi Raftar. Mighty has started, MSME has started, DIPP has started, and ICR definitely. We have started with ITMUs, then BPD under them, then ABI in the 11th plan under National Agricultural Innovation Fund. So the whole scenario, if we try to understand about the scenario, we have put it in the invention and incubation. When invention part, as I told you, it was basically our research and research outputs which need to be done, and then incubation, take it to the market. That's what the whole concept is there. In which incubation aspect, there are again two aspects which we are looking into. One aspect is our own innovation, that is ICR's innovation, and coming out of from other. As I told you, we have NAIF fund in which we have very two specific components are there. The component 3 area could not be taken up. In IPTM, we have around 10 ZTMUs presently, which is and all 103 institutes out of 103, 101 ITMUs are there. Two are yet to be established because they are very new institutes. And agribusiness, we have around 50. These are the agribusiness units in different subject areas. If we see animal sciences, we have 7. Crop sciences, we have 13. Agricultural engineering, we have 5. Agricultural education, 2. Horticulture, we have education means specifically we are talking about the social sciences, that is one at NAM we have, and another is at Siva we have. So we have 2. Horticultural 12 and fisheries 4, and natural resource management institutes we have 7 incubators across the 20 states of India. It was almost 1 year back data in which we have said ki, we have incubated more than 1,000 across the India, in which definitely their success rate is going to be very high. As everyone knows that incubation is basically to increase the success rate of a startup. Otherwise, they die very fast. Out of 100 earlier, there used to be around 90% casualties. But now after coming up of incubation centers across the countries, this rate has increased to around 70% recently, which are there. Few incubators in ICR has got different types of other support also, because support from NAIF is around for 50. Out of those 50, NAM has got almost DST, DBT, RKVY-RAFTAAR. RKVY-RAFTAAR NAM does not have. DBT, DST, NABARD funds we have. IHR is having DBT and DST funds. IRI is having DST, RKVY-RAFTAAR funds. IMR is having DST and RKVY-RAFTAAR funds. NDRI is having DST funds and earlier NARM funds. Likewise, we have lot, even AIC funds are also a couple of institutes have started, that I did not include it here. Then if we see the strategy of how we are going to do this, ABI expected to promote the ventures directly through its own strength of technology. So this technology, if we think if that, we have innovative ventures like very novel couple of seed industry. If we look into that, couple of industries are coming out of novel varieties of the things. Likewise, if we see in the dairy technology, milk detection kits are novel ventures which have been developed basically on the technologies of ICR, but the entrepreneurs have grown up. We have farm ventures, agri-biotech ventures, mechanization, processing, soil water, technologies related to animal health, almost every area of the agriculture. When we talk about agriculture, it's basically agriculture and allied. As we know, the role of incubation centers we have perceived is the technology consultation, business facilitation, mentoring and networking, infrastructure facilities available to us, access to funding awareness, out of which the access to funding is a bit weak in most of the ICR institutes. Otherwise, we have a very good technology consultation, good infrastructure, specifically when you are going to scale it up. We have a good infrastructure facilitation, a bit of business facilitation in consultation with institutes like NAM, mentoring and network in consultation with NAM. Most of the institutes are having this, and we do five things, that is sensitization, ideation, incubation, acceleration, and seed funding. Not all the institutes are doing this. Specifically, acceleration and seed funding is very, very limited to couple of institutes like IHR, IARI, and IMR, and all those things. This is again the same thing. We believe in human resource development, specifically with respect to governance and management. For this, we have got an organizational structure in which we have the advisory board for all ABIs. Involvement of co-PIs and PIs are basically there. The team comprises a mix of agriculture and business management, which is an advisory board, and we try to develop our showcase ourselves in the print media, electronic media, and all those things. For the networking is a very, very important aspect. We try to do the networking with the local industry, with the industry, as vertical industry. Like suppose if it is a potato, maybe locally at Shimla it may not be, it is in Jalandhar actually. Jalandhar it may not be available, so we look into the different aspects of the potato industry across the country. Likewise, almost all the things we try to do the networking for sustainability of ourselves, for the client sourcing, identifying the potential clients for this. For example, in the potato, we have got a very good aeroponic technologies, and around 10 or 15 entrepreneurs are doing a very good business in crores of rupees, producing the seed potato from the aeroponic techniques, and they need they need to be connected to the probable customers across the India. So we had the old connections when we started supplying the virus-free potato seeds from Lahul Potato Summit to Calcutta to Gujarat and all those things. That's what we have. We are extending to them, and building the ecosystem we require. So we try to define our ecosystem and try to understand the performance indicator of ABI. We need to understand the ABI is itself a business plan. What is its policy? Because every institute is a different institute, has a different mandate. They need to understand their own strength and make their own policies. Fruit institutes may not be compared to the vegetable institutes and all those things. So we are trying to do this and trying to have a complete our performance indicators with us. And normally it is a generic client intake process. Every incubator has this, and we also have this. Specifically, an institute may change according to these things. So we are trying to help to promote the client in business development, in using incubators website also, mentor machine matching also, financial holding also, and everything. We are, and more specifically the technology part also. And now in this growth of a startup, we try to come up with up to launch stage. We are trying to incubate it because we have the criteria for graduation also. What exactly the nine points for a client graduation? We think out of nine, if somebody achieves a 6 or 7, we think he is well enough for graduating. And this is the way that we try to improve upon the whole graduation of a startup in whole of the ICR system in different aspects. Setu Raman will be telling about the specific incubation aspects of his area, of his institutes, but these are all the generic one which we have suggested them, and every institute can change, can do a little bit of change of these policies and these things according to their scenario. Once these are the graduation thing, that is revenue stream is there. Entrepreneurs have been tie up with investors. Entrepreneurs sold their ventures to a larger institute, expiry period of a specific license agreement, and all of above, and one or two, and maybe combination of both, we try to graduate our technologies. Couple of success stories. As I told you, NDRI has been selling NDRI technology with Delmos Research Private Institutes, which actually looking into the क्या कहना चाहिए making finding the milk adulteration, and this basic adulteration of milk, they have got a different steps. Another is digital technology, where they are looking into the hyperspectral imaging of the quality, to find the quality of food products and all those things. Lot many are there. As I told you, we have more than 10,000. I am just keeping couple of things. The Natura Crop Sciences IIHR technology is there. Kodagu thing is basically the spice research is there. So every type, and Honda Biotech is very good in potato seed production. Sickle Innovation is basically started with IIM, and then they have completely incubated in IARI for different types of post-harvest things. Oh, Bharat Rohan is another hyperspectral drone imaging company, which now has been going to a climate smart agriculture and all those things. So
Srinivas
the
sir,
whole
sorry to interrupt you.
ICR, yeah, yeah. I just
If you
want
can
to
summarize
show the
next one,
two
2 minutes.
photographs. So
Please, sir.
these are
Yes.
all the facilities at different institutes we have for the startups that can grow for ideation to scale up position. So with this, I finish up my things because the time is also 20 minutes and I'm exceeded
Yes.
by 1 or 2 minutes. Thank you very much.
Yeah, yeah. So thank you so much, Srinivas sir, to brief about the different structures of the incubators are existing in India, and the way you explain how the journey of startup ecosystem started in 1980, and we are just growing up, standing third in the globe. So that was really encouraging, and the role of incubators you explain to the participants, and the kind of infrastructure labs are available from the across the APIs to the to the participants is going to be definitely help. I request to the participants, if you have any questions to the speakers, you can put in chat box, or you may raise the hands directly asked to the speaker that we will take up after the second speaker. So with this, we thank you to Srinivas sir, and we welcome our next speaker, that is the Shiva Kumar sir. Pragya?
Yes, sir. So we will start with introduction to our second speaker. We have our second speaker for today as Dr. P. Seturaman Sivakumar. He is a principal investigator for the National Agricultural Innovation Foundation project, and
Wonderful.
he is also in charge at the ICAR CTCRI Agribusiness Incubator, situated at the Central Tuber Crops Research Institute in Kerala. His expertise lies in technology commercialization and development of entrepreneurship initiatives. Presently, he is actively engaged in activities related to technology patenting, licensing, and fostering entrepreneurship development. So, with this short introduction, I would like to hand over the session to Sir.
Yeah, thank you. I will directly go to the presentation.
Um, Mr. Sethuraman, sir?
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, sir, now you're audible. Yes, sir.
Please give me the sharing credentials.
Yes, sir. We have just given. You can now share the screen. Yes, so we can see your presentation, sir. Good to go.
So is it visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's visible, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Good morning to all. First of all, I thank Manage for providing me this opportunity. And I am also privileged to be a part of this seminar because we just listened to our one of the former ADGs who has guided us in many aspects. Like for a very long time, he has been giving us a lot of guidance on incubation, and he has clearly explained what is going on in ICR. And I am going to explain what we are doing at CTCRI. And I will say that you already got a very brief overview about what exactly an incubation center is happening. And I am going to tell you about something which we have done. Like Sir was telling, some incubators have done something beyond what they said. 2-3 experiences CTCRI has taken some initiatives, and under the guidance of our Srinivas sir during his last term. And before going into it, I'll just want to explain, because I am coming from a tuber crops research institute. Because incubation, from our opinion, it depends upon what crop you are working. We are specifically focusing on a group of crops which are not very prominent in India, but outside the boundaries of India, it has a different equation. It's a second most secondary, a kind of second most consumed crops in the world, apart from these cereals. And but in India, it is having a very difficult situation. Like we are not even in the principal crop. So we have a different kind of incubation, because the situation is like that. You have to follow a different kind of methodology. So the incubation started with our experience, because I have been the in charge of the technology licensing unit since 2015. And we observed that many queries were coming from foreign countries. Like 2-3 ambassadors have come to CTCRI, and we are also getting a lot of queries from Thailand, and then Israel, and then like nowadays a lot of queries are coming from Africa. So that means that the motto will be like you want to strengthen the system in India first to address the global need. That means that think globally and act locally. I'll briefly tell you about our crops. And currently, there are two main crops in India, like cassava and sweet potato. Cassava is primarily an industrial crop, and it is going like a starch and modified starch products, including under sago. But in case of sweet potato, is primarily a food crop, and only in the recent years there is a lot of changes are happening. Like the healthy food, it is considered as a whole food, healthy food, and we have developed around 7 biofortified varieties of sweet potato, which provide some kind of cure or prevention to vitamin A deficiency and 2-3 types of cancer. So we are our focus is primarily on addressing the local needs. That our target now is malnutrition. And second, in India and in abroad, we are focusing more on increasing the shelf life of the crops. So the target is very clear. And I'm telling, apart from doing the regular activities, what we do in the increasing the production and transferring the technology to nurture the startups in India for different kind of value-added products. And we are also trying to focus more on the export-oriented scenario. And the incubation strategy is twofold. Like a tuber crop technology have a large global market than Indian market. We have to address the Indian needs so that the global needs are addressed. And we have 7 startups incubated in our center. And incidentally, 6 of them are having a market abroad. They don't sell the product here. They are exporting to abroad. So that means that we have a different kind of incubation system. Like Agribusiness Incubated CTCRI is totally different from other agribusiness incubators. And again, another thing is it's a kind of secondary stable in tribal areas. There are a lot of different food products available in the tribal areas, and many of them, like if you go to Nagaland and other areas, there are many products in sweet potato which are not only the ethnic foods, which are also commercialized. And the different parts of tuber crops are being confused, they are being used at different time periods. But the challenge is like how we will integrate, like address the local needs while meeting the global needs and strengthening capacities of the our startups to address the global needs. So there are twofold strategy. Presently, SAR has told about the TRL scaling up of existing technologies to enhance entrepreneurship potential in India and abroad. So, how will you strengthen the Indian needs? Primarily, if you look at the tuber crops needs in India, it is only the snack foods, chips and sago. People don't want anything more than this in India. So you have to change something in the snack food, something in the sago, something in the starch, so that you will be able to make a difference in the Indian market. And second thing is, in abroad, when you are exporting it, the primary aspect is export, the shelf life. You have to increase the shelf life. And second intervention is that value chain intervention. I am sitting at Trivandrum, but the tuber crops are being grown widely in Tamil Nadu, in the northern side of Tamil Nadu, full of Orissa and eastern region and the northeastern region. So I have to address the needs of the value chain in, things which are there somewhere outside the Kerala, because I cannot bring everybody here providing the incubation support. I have to decentralize my incubation support. So there are different programs we have initiated for scaling up. One is promoting different varieties. I'm showing one example of biofortified varieties. Integrating the local knowledge. We have developed a product by integrating the local knowledge, which is a commercial product now, and combating the malnutrition. And we have a special program. It was initiated under that another Northeast program. We have integrated now into the ABI. And in value chain intervention, we are focusing on vacuum fried chips, which is having a huge market in India and abroad, to address the urban needs. And we also had some intervention. We have developed a technology in collaboration with the Central Silk Board for promoting the cassava-based airy silkworm production in the Meghalaya and other areas. And we also developed the farmer entrepreneurship through converting the farmer into nutri-seed farmers. Like we have now got around 48 nutri-seed farmers who are incubators of our ABI. And there is another thing is the satellite center we have that I'll be explaining. And this is the focus areas considering the requirements of ICAR, requirements of our institute, and the requirements of ABI, extending the shelf life of the tubers for export, good agricultural practices for export-oriented production, nutrition and health, smart farming, and eco-friendly farming. These are the focus areas. And we are going to launch a pre-incubation program. Last time it was initiated during Dr. Srinivas period. Now it is going to be operational. We already got the money. And we will be taking up the people for pre-incubation. And you may be asking ABIs don't have a seed funding support. And there we are trying to see that we are linking this pre-incubation with startups, startup promotion agencies. And we are going to ink an agreement with the Kerala Startup Mission. Whoever is coming for pre-incubation, the good projects will be linked to the Startup Mission so that they will be getting seed funding. So this is what we are planning. And we are already had a discussion. We are going to sign MoU. And these are the different programs of ABI, like the primary program. Sarah has already told we are doing startup incubation program, and that these programs are happening at different places, not only in CTCR headquarters. And so we have created satellite centers. I'll be explaining what is the satellite center and how it is functioning. The startup incubation program is happening at CTCR headquarters and its regional center at Bhubaneswar. In fact, we have more startups enrolled at the regional center at Bhubaneswar. We have a very good food processing lab because that was brought under the another project. When the project is over, we took over. That is coming under the ABI. We are operating there. So that is two program. And the Industry Connect program, where there are a lot of around 300 starch industries, starch and sago industries in Tamil Nadu. They want very specific varieties. Like they don't, our cassava variety, there are a section of varieties which are suitable for industries. So we are connecting industries with the farmers, the groups through the NutriSeed Village program. We are connecting the farmer. Industrial varieties, we are scaling it up. So these two programs are for the startups. And agripreneurs. Agripreneur is basically a farmer doing the business. And we have three programs for agripreneurs. One is seed production, and second one is farmer innovator schemes. I will show you some of the farmer-based innovations, like especially food product. We have documented. We are assessing their commercial potential so that they will be scaled up into a technology. And the FPO mentoring scheme, we have just initiated. Only 1 or 2 FPOs we are informally mentoring it. We are yet to sign an agreement with them. And third one is for students, youth entrepreneurship. And we have 2 programs under for the students. One is a certified agri-tech startup professional scheme, where the students will be trained in EDP for a few days, 5 days or 6 days, and they will be writing a qualifying exam. And they are anytime they can come to ICAR, CTCR, ABI, and they have to work for 1 month in a year, like do hands-on experience, directly involved in drafting agreements and interacting with the startups and promoting their products in exhibitions. We are giving, and already one batch has completed. It is in collaboration with the Kerala Agriculture University and the Kerala Startup Mission. This year we will be going to announce it very soon. It is not like because the idea is simply giving a EDP is not going to work. You have to involve them in actual working of the ABI. That was an idea of certified agri-tech startup professional scheme. And in the School Connect program, we are connecting the student entrepreneurship. We are providing the like a biofortified varieties we started. And there are 3 schools which are already under. Actually, they are not simply going and doing. The schools are being enrolled into ABA, and the students are being enrolled into ABI, and they are promoted in the different schemes we have, like a 3MSP program, a 3 Musketeers sweet potato program, and 2-3 programs are running. Like I'm not going to explain; it's a very little time. So we have targeting 3 groups of people here. And these are the general services which are given to all kind of incubators, not only startups, technology development and transfer, technology consultancy and promotion, business mentoring and networking, capacity building, regulatory and advisory services, and credit and market facilitation. And the difference in CTCRI startups is we don't have a special program for them for pre-incubation. We are directly involving them in our projects. We are directly linking the Nutriseed farmer with the startup and signing agreement between the farmers and the startups, and we are actually generating almost like 2 to 3 lakh rupees. For last year, we have generated about 6 lakh rupees revenue generation for the startup through by directly involving them into our programs. And this satellite incubation center is basically a new idea from our side. And because our crops are located somewhere else, and I am sitting at Trivandrum, so we will not provide incubation support. Let us sign an agreement with the different agencies, create a miniature ABIs in their office. It is not offsite incubation, it is different. If you go to those agencies, you will see a completely room, exclusive physical room with all facilities, and this there where you will see a board that satellite incubation center of CTCRI. We are exactly creating a miniature ABIs at different places. Our regional center, we have that is a startup incubation center, and we have one in Tripura, at one in now currently at signed an agreement with Tanuas, and that is functioning in KVK Kallakurichi, and 2 more agreements already signed. Central Agriculture University at Umiam at Meghalaya, we have signed. We are going to establish this and inaugurate the center in January, and Kerala Agriculture University at Pattambi to address the tribal entrepreneurship. That is exclusively for tribal entrepreneurship. That is we are going to sign an agreement this month. So January will have 2 more satellite centers, and 2 more are in pipeline. Like Central Agricultural University, Samastipur, they are also asking. So we may be creating more number of satellite centers in the coming years, so that our activities will be expanded wherever the crop is grown. And this already explained it, certified agri-tech startup professional program. It is we are collaborating with the Kerala Startup Mission and the Kerala Agriculture University. Actually, we started student EDP program from 2015. So we completed 7 student EDP program. Every year we used to give for KAU students, but last year we changed it. We made it as a more focused, more experiential learning, more of a hands-on experience, a kind of there's a qualification exam. You have to clear the exam, then only you will be selected as a certified agri-tech startup professional. We have 77 startup professionals enrolled now. Their internship period is already over. It's over. We will be taking a new batch now. And in value chain incubation, you can see this arrowroot laddu. It is a traditional food product of Kerala. And one of the startup, Odi tribe, they have taken the product, they refined it, they reconstituted it, and they are now made into a commercial product, and which is being exported to other countries also. Second picture which you are seeing here is a combination of millets and biofortified sweet potato. This is, we call it as a rainbow product. So we have created a concept of a rainbow diet campaign, where we are creating colorful food products for the children, because children are basically malnourished. And we started this program in 2020 in Tripura. Now recently this program we have got 7 crores from the Orissa government. It is being implemented to the satellite incubation center at the Bhubaneswar, and we are creating a new kind of products. And these products will be manufactured at a centrally created satellite center. We are going to create one more satellite center at the Kionjar. That will be the real satellite center. You are going to see more than 2 crores rupees we are going to invest there. And there you will see all the processing facilities, exhibition, technology showcasing, everything. It will be functional in 1 year. So we are actually doing it under the Rainbow Diet Campaign Orissa project. And we are also documenting many traditional recipes, and we are converting these into commercial products. Thank you. Only I have given only few brief because we don't have much time. What are the activities, different activities we are doing it, and if any questions, I will be happy to answer. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sidhuraman sir, for briefly explaining about the activities are being carried out your incubation center under CTC RAI. And the technology what you mentioned about specifically about the Casio based silkworm might be very interesting for us. And the part you mentioned about that you're working for the satellite incubation centers. So this is the era which is started now. You are started to reach the startups where actually they are working. Basically, startups needs to come to the incubators, but this is the very unique initiative your incubation center is started. We really appreciate that. So with this, we thank you, our second speaker, and I request to the participants again to kindly put your questions in the chat box, and or you may raise the hands directly asking questions to the speakers. We will take it one by one. So we start with this, sir. I have one question to the both the speakers. That at the startups who are at very early stage, they need to do the scientific validations that maybe depends on their innovations, but they are required a proper guidance whom to the approach and in what way they can do the validation, and of course the cost factor is also there. So is there is any plan from the ICR DPIT registered startups can get this facility in a affordable price, or any initiatives or any scheme is there? So that will definitely going to help to the participants and our startups as well.
So you wanted to give answers? So actually, if I really look into this, yes, I just gave you the things. Many of our institutes are doing this also. When a startup comes with his own idea, it requires not only validation but also upgradation or a proper way of doing it. Many of our incubators do that for the startups whose technology is not actually ICS technology. For example, CITH, we have couple of examples of couple of institutes where they validate, where they improve and validate the technologies of the startup out of 50
Right.
ABIs.
Right, sir. And the sir, again, the cost is also involved in that validation of the parts,
It's
sir.
mostly
So
when you
is
talk about this, every ABI has got its own cost fixed it up. It's normally nominal, very, very nominal in most of the places. So it may not be too costly for them.
okay, got it, sir. So we'll quickly move to the one more question is asked by the Srinivas, and he wants to reach to the ABIs. He not mentioned specifically any ABI, but is there is any central place where they can get the list of the ABIs and they can approach to the incubation centers for their startup help?
Yeah, you can write to. I have given my. Someone has asked my email address. I have given him my email address. You can ask. You can mail to me. I can give you all the 50 incubator address along with their PIs. Maybe PIs have changed because of transfers and promotions, but mostly directors do not. Directors' email address is available.
Right, right. So we have already shared the both the speakers' details, contact details. So you may reach them to get the better connectivity with the regional incubation centers. There is one question is coming for the Sitaraman sir. That what is the eligibility or any guidelines are there to be the part of your satellite incubation program or the initiative? Dr.
Actually,
Veeranathan has asked this question. Yes, sir.
so I think it is related to certified agri-tech startup professional program
No,
or
the
general
satellite incubation
incubation.
center. They want to
Yeah,
start their own
actually,
satellite incubation center. Yeah.
yeah, actually, satellite incubation center. I'll tell you primarily we are now focusing on public sector enterprises. But we feel like because the purpose of satellite center is where the tuber crops are widely grown, but there is very difficult to reach out to the places. And if there are very less number of tuber crops are there, we may not be able to provide it. And because we would like to have a presence. Like we would like to extend our incubation support and create entrepreneurs wherever the tuber crops are grown, but instead of bringing all the people. That was the basic idea of satellite center. If there are more tuber crops are there, definitely we will be considering.
Yeah, and sir, if you, Dr. V. Raman, if you want to connect with the sir, you can also email him. Their details are already shared in the chat box. We'll go to the next question is coming from the Mr. Indulkar. I think this question is also same to Shiva Kumar sir, that Nigeria has a very large yams crops cultivated. Is there is any kind of initiatives or varieties are available in India that too in hybrids or anything varieties are developed? So he may seems to be interested to cultivate it.
Yeah, we have three types of yams. One is a greater yam, African yam, and a lesser yam. African yam is a white yam, and we have a total of more than 20 varieties released in CTCRI. And you can see, go through our website where all the varieties are listed. And in the recently, there are two varieties which are released. It's a special yam, like a purple yam. So purple yam is having a high anthocyanin content. It is proven to be good against the cancer, like a prevention and other things. So you can also, like, if you want to license some varieties or if you want to get some varieties from CTCRI, you can always approach us. And there are many companies from Nigeria. They are approaching us for different products. Like now we are going. They are asking some cassava variety. One firm from Nigeria we will be transferring shortly, and there is a increased demand. So, but provided if it is an international transfer, it has its own rules and regulations. So kindly you send a mail to Director CTCRI. We will be getting back to you.
Yeah, definitely, Indulkar sir. I hope you got the your answer. There is one question for the Srinivas sir to you. That many ICR in KVKs or the universities institutions have the technologies developed and they are yet to commercialize or already they have commercialized but they need to scale it up. So is there is any ICR's a portal or platform where the startups can find out what are the different technologies are there available to commercialize and in what way they can approach to get to start their own businesses? So that will really help to our attendees, sir.
Okay. First is that if you want ICS technology to be licensed to you, you have to contact. There is a company in ICR called Agri Innovate, Ag Inway they call it. So you have to contact them, and website is available. In the website, you can find it out. Okay, what is your interest, and there you can find all the technologies which are readily available for sale for whole of ICR. You can get it. That is one, because they are the mediators for the technology transfer for ICR. That is number one. Number two, if you wanted to scale it up and all those things, you can visit to specific institute. You can contact the persons at specific institute, because as I told you, we have around 50 ABIs across the India in different sectors. And these 50 ABIs, if they are, you think you need beyond these 50 ABIs, then you can actually contact ADG, Intellectual Property and Technology Management, at ICR. The email address is available at ICR website, or even you can write it to me. I can help you out in that way.
Thank you so much, sir, for valuable inputs. It is going to be really definitely helpful to the budding entrepreneurs who wants to get the technology. We'll move to the next question. It is asked by the Mr. Neelam or Miss Neelam. How they can take the funding for the sericulture incubator? Maybe they are belongs from the KVK or maybe Agriculture University. And is there is any way, same the question asked by the other participants also, in what way they
I'm
can
not
get
sure
the
whether
ABS?
they are. I'm not sure. I read that question, but I am not sure. Sericulture incubator means which, where you have the incubator. The incubator name is the incubator recognized by DPIIT. If DPIIT is recognized incubator is there, then you can get lot of benefits. You can even take the Startup India seed fund also from Government of India. You can also approach to other funding agencies like DST, DBT. They also support lot of incubators around countries. ICR NAIF scheme, it is specifically for ICR and within ICR. We At ICR, we are not even supporting the state agricultural universities for establishing incubators after BPD era.
Okay. Yeah, got it, sir. Got it. The same question were asked by the Kamlesh also, sir. It seems to be they're from the KVK, and they wants to start the incubation center. Any assistance, financial assistance?
For KVK, let me tell you, it is not, they don't call as an incubator center, but if you look into the ARIA scheme, probably their Atari can help them out in doing this if the KVK is there. It is not exactly the incubator, because incubator for a KVK with six persons, it is very difficult for them to run an incubator.
Hey, you
It's a
got it,
very
sir.
small unit actually.
Yeah, Kamlesh, sir, I hope you got the answer. We'll quickly move to the next question. I think this question is to the Situ Roman, sir, that you talked about the Certified Agri-Tech Startup Professional Program. So, is there is any age limit or any thing eligibility criteria is there? This question is asked by the Sharad Pant. He wants to know more about that program, sir.
Actually, with this program is the idea of this program is you have to train the students who are in the second year or third year or fourth year, and to provide them with some specific skills in incubator management or dealing with the startups, so that they will act as ambassadors of change in their colleges when they are in the undergraduations or PG or PhD. That was the main idea behind this scheme. And the thing is, suppose if the somebody has completed and doing some work and doing other things, so suppose if you want to enroll to learn more about this, you can come as a join in the pre-incubation program, like what we do. If you have good idea of working on some innovative ideas, and you can join there. Currently, the pre-incubation program we are going to launch now is you come with some kind of idea, but we will not be able to say that we will give you the funding, seed funding. But if you can come and get trained on how to refine the idea into a perfect like a business opportunity, and understand the other things. Suppose if your idea is good, and we will be able to link you with different startup missions, because Kerala startup mission, Tamil Nadu, and then Orissa also we have startup missions, and then so we will help you to participate in those competitions. And because I know personally that I am the regular judge of many of the startup pitching competition in different states. So we know that how the things are being moved, and then we will train you, and hopefully that you will be able to get the funding. But simply for providing any training, simple training programs, you can attend any EDP offered by we have different EDP for tribal people, EDP for SC, EDP for unemployed persons. You can enroll into any program and attend the sessions.
Yeah, I hope Sharad you got the answer. Like CTCRI manage also conduct so many training programs, and just recently we have opened the applications for the digital marketing. So before we end up this webinar, we'll take up last question as time is running out. We'll take the last question. Mr. Bhargav, he wants to know, sir, which is the best incubation center for the dairy tech startups. He seems to be wants to start his own startup. He's looking for dairy tech startup incubator.
So, Bhargav Reddy, you have two options. If you wanted to move it to the headquarters, NDRI Karnal is one of the very good ABIs of ICR. That is one. They have a station at NDRI Bangalore also, and which they have the Atal Incubation Center. Recently, they have started Atal Incubation Center. Recently means more than 1 year it has been started. So you can approach to them also. Both NDRI, National Dairy Research Institute at Karnal, that is the headquarter, and Bangalore, that is a regional station of NDRI Karnal.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rinawa sir. I hope Bhargav you got your answer. So we'll come to the end of this webinar, but before that, I would like to request all the participants kindly give us the feedback of this today's webinar, which will going to really help us Also do suggest us the different topics which you want to listen us in the future. Don't forget to follow our social media pages where you will be getting the regular updates about our different programs, training programs, and the startup ecosystem related activities that we conduct in the manage. And we have launched the digital marketing training program, which is the online training program for 15 days, where you will get the training as well as the one-on-one mentoring session. So do register this training program. Their link will be live on our website by Monday or maybe today only. So the details also will get on our social media pages and website. Do follow our pages and register this training program. And don't forget to register upcoming webinars. Their list is also updated on the website to attend such a different topics on the every week we arranged. So with this short announcement, I would like to say thank you to Dr. Srinivas sir and Shiva Kumar sir. Both the speakers have given their time and very insightful this session, I must say, for the participants. Thank you all the team, Dr. Saravanan sir, for being there for this webinar. Thank you all. We'll see you in the next
Thank you very
webinar.
much. Thank you very much for inviting us. And thank you all. Anything is there, you can just mail me. Any of the participant, no issue.
Yeah, definitely, sir. We are
Thank
sharing
you.
the email and the presentations also to the
You have given me
participants.
official mail. I have given also my private mail also I have given.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. See you. I'm logging off.
Yes. Yes.